Hello, people of the twig. Right, looks like I'm actually here. Looks like lots of you guys are here as well. This is very good news. I just got a messenger thing. What's this? Can't tell. Never mind. Let's go back. Right, okay, yeah, just sorry, that's just the worst time to get a text when you think it's going to be an important one, and it actually isn't. But who cares? Kat May is with us. This is good news. Sam is with us as well. Sam. And Sam, we will do your question very shortly, I think. Kat May is there as well. Looking great. Let's just scroll down. Linda Bishop, welcome. And great to have all you guys here. It really is. Beverly Spencer's here too. Vivian is here. Cat Mama Meowdy to you. And let's just keep on scrolling. Well, looks like people have been good and active. This is really good news. This is what we want to see happening on the channel. And Flowing is here. Welcome, Flowing. Really nice to see you. Cecile is here as well. Sorry if I've missed anyone, by the way. I'm just like madly scrolling through because we're going to get right down to the cards and do some readings and stuff soon. And Adrienne is here. Hello, Adrienne. You can't hear me. Oh, dear. Right. I thought that might have been possibly an issue. Let me just do camera and mic. Audio. 1, 2, 1, 2. Says the microphone's working. It says the microphone is working there. Can anyone else not hear me? Oh, no, Cat's volume was down. Okay. Snowbird bear hug. A big bear hug from me to you too. And Ariel OG is here. Ariel. Oh, excuse me. I'm not familiar with these names, but I shall get to know. Right, good now. And Stephen is with us too. This is really good news. Okay, guys. Well, tomorrow could be a frustrating kind of a day in astrology. Just the way it goes, just the way it flows. We've had quite a good week this week. There have been a lot of positive influences, but it's been a time that's kind of got people wondering, let's just fix this a minute. Excuse me, that's not quite where I wanted it. That's better. It's got people sort of wondering about their lives and questioning where things are going a bit because it's been a little bit glitchy in the practical sense. And tomorrow is really no exception, but things will calm down a lot after that. And this is actually a great time for being practical, getting practical things done, working on stuff behind the scenes, you know. It's almost like a void moon. It's actually a Scorpio moon, and that is making the colors of the world turn black and white. You know, you are either for someone or against someone. There's no middle ground. And that's how people will tend to interpret things. But isn't that just people for you? Hello, Holly. Great to have you with us. Okay, so let's start off, as I so often do, with the Moonology card. Here we go. Nothing yet. Come here. Yes. There is something, it just says nothing on the card. But it is a card, it is something. Right. Mutable moon, nothing is yet set in stone. And that is real good advice, guys, for the energy of this moment. Because change is in the air. Change is always in the air, really, isn't it? But it's quite strongly indicated in astrology at the moment. So look out for change. Change can be a scary thing, but if you keep on sending your thoughts out to the angels, and if you keep on sort of asking the Great Spirit to help you, and you can actually visualize what you want and believe in what you want, then it's not going to end badly. That's really the important message to go for there, I think. Slightly new setup tonight. I'm in exactly the same spot, but I put some curtains up and they've like deadened the echo a bit. It was very echoey in here and that seems to have gone now. And it's sort of making the lights make a bit more sense as well. So here we go. I hope you like the grey curtains. Sue Malek is here and April is here as well. So hi to you guys. Okay, now Sammers is there, great moderator, many great moderators we are blessed with on this channel. Sammers is there, Sam, and Sam actually sent me a message earlier, which I'm now going to bring up on my phone because I don't want to kind of miss anything with this. This is quite a deep one that we want to go into. And Sam says, I would like to ask you on tonight's live, if I may, I have psychic detective type question. And so this today, right, this very day today is the 33rd anniversary of a missing boy. And we're not going to go into too much detail about him because it's kind of quite important that he's able to rest in peace, particularly after 33 years. And so I'm not going to go into big details here, but Sam has been hearing the word Twickenham, which if you're in the USA, you might not know, but it's a place in it's sort of in the southeast of England, basically, not a million miles away from London, where Sam lives, and the word strawberry fields and the song Teddy Bear's Picnic. And Sam is thinking that maybe he's near a children's play area or near the woods, as these are the lyrics to the song. Very true. And the thing is, right, Sam is concerned that she might just be imagining all this, and this is something that does plague a lot of psychic people and a lot of people who are trying to do really good work in the psychic fields. What you've got to ask yourself, Sam, really is why would you suddenly start imagining a thing like that? These thoughts come to us for a reason. You're very wise, actually, to be careful about it. You know, the last thing anyone ever wants to do is jump to conclusions. But sadly, in this country, the police aren't going to really take any notice, are they? Or, you know, they might take notice, but they're not allowed to, like, officially take notice. That is the problem. And so, I mean, don't let it be a worry, Sam, but I think you're onto something there. You know, I don't see why that stuff would just come floating into your head unless you just always go around singing Teddy Bear's Picnic. And I don't know you in person, maybe you do, but that would be the only level on which to question it. You've certainly got some communication going on there, because when you've got this ability, right, spirits see like a light on over your head, and they think, oh, there's someone I can communicate with. You know, that's how it works. That really is how it works. And everything you said in the message you sent me, it really does sort of key in with how these things work. So I'm pretty confident that you're right with that. I remember feeling very similar sort of way. And Holly, you don't know how right you could very well be there, actually. But I remember a thing like this. This happened when I'd only been working as a medium for about probably less than a year since I'd really started doing the churches and things like that. And a little girl from this area whose name was April Jones seemed to have been abducted. Well, she disappeared basically, and everyone was concerned for her and worried about what might have happened. And several of us were talking about this on Facebook in our local group of friends. And we all got more or less the same thing. So I rang the police hotline, and the police weren't, well, they were quite dismissive at first, but they did promise they'd look into it. And we got an address absolutely right. Someone in London who doesn't know this area at all, in our group on Facebook, came up with the name of a road, and she thought she had a number, and I gave that to the police, and we had actually got that right, you know, and we'd all actually got that right. So it feels like you're going mad. I was talking about this at the spiritualist service I did on Wednesday. It feels like you're going mad. It really does, because why would these crazy thoughts come to you? But, you know, they come in for a reason. And so, Sam, I'm sure you're not going mad. I don't think you thought you were going mad. But, you know, don't put it all down to imagination. Certainly, you know, tread carefully. But I really think you've got something there. I really do. That's my take on it. And I hope that's sort of answered your question, Sam. I mean, it's not a question that's just going to be wrapped up with a few words like that, obviously. But I really think you're onto something. And I would go with the flow, you know, of what's coming to you. And I think that's pretty good advice for pretty well everyone, actually, because it's true that to be a medium, you sort of need to be on a wavelength, but at the same time, everyone does have a psychic sense. It's just a question of how far you want to take it, how far you want to develop it. So any one of you out there could be getting good information about something. The only real rules of the game is just the normal stuff of being a human being. You have to tread carefully with people's feelings. You try not to get people's hopes up too much, and just sort of always try and be humble, you know, as humble as you can be about it. Because we're living in a world where anyone we talk about this to is actually also going to think we're going mad. Well, not absolutely anyone, but unless we're in a group of friendly energies like this, people are going to think we're going mad. You know what I mean? So for the sake of other people and for the sake of ourselves, we have to tread fairly carefully. Do I think the boy will ever be discovered? Actually, yes, I do, Sam. But to be quite honest, I think it's going to be quite a long time. You know, I feel it's going to be quite a long time because I feel that the investigation and everything is going to be seen not just as a cold case file, but as a very cold case file. That said, Sam, this is coming to you for a reason. Something in the psychic realms and the spiritual realms is actively trying to bring this to a resolution. And, you know, the investigation teams, the police involved are really going to be terrified of coming out to anyone as a psychic. But at the same time, they can be drawn towards actually coming into action. They can have dreams, thoughts can come into their heads, a drawer can pop open, you know. That's kind of very physical, but it can happen, you know. A drawer can pop open, just like any of us could lose a crystal and then find it when we really need it. A drawer could pop open and a policeman could like notice something, and then someone else could come in and it could just get opened up and it could just get started again. But I do feel it's going to be some time. I really do. And yeah, I feel sorry for his parents too, Sam. I really do. Yeah. Very, very difficult. But, you know, it just always is. It's always such a tragedy, really, when anyone goes, but particularly when it's a child. And I have a friend, I haven't seen him for years, a couple of years anyway, because of the fungalitis situation going around the world at the moment and all the churches being closed. But there's a very nice, very kind man, and he's a really good medium as well. And he's a retired police officer, and he lost his own son. His own son was, I think, 7 or 8 at the time. And yeah, tragedies everywhere, really, when you think about it. But on the plus side, as spiritual people, we do know there's another side of life, and we do know that everyone who's passed has gone to a wonderful place of healing, and everyone will be reunited. And this applies to this boy's parents as well, Sam, and it applies to absolutely everyone who goes over. It will apply to all of us, and everyone we've ever loved and lost is going to be there when we get to the other side. The soul is like a diamond. It's multifaceted, you know, so even if that person is reincarnated, that will be a different facet of the diamond, which is come to have another incarnation. And the person you know and the person you love will be there on the other side. So we do all get together again, you know. It's just very hard when we have to pass away from this world. Really is. Hello, Sheila Inquisitive Tarot, by the way, and hello, Donna Marie Higney. Trying to read that. And Lisa is with us as well. Erin's son, thanks for joining us, Lisa. Flowing says, yeah, very sad indeed. Really, yeah. And I see, right, no, that makes sense. This is a new name for Mrs. Tyler. Right, yeah, I knew I'd seen that name somewhere before recently, and that kind of adds up, and that kind of makes sense. So, great. Now, Holly has said they should look in the woods near this church. Now, there was something I deliberately didn't mention from Sam's message. There's a few things, actually, and that's kind of pretty close in tune with one of those things. So that's got to be positive. You know, that's kind of got to be a real thing. I'm really, really sure of that. Let's see. Beverly is saying, first time I saw you use your pendulum, I wanted to get me one. Months go by, I realized I already had one hanging up so sun could hit it, so you could have rainbows on your porch. Great. That is a wonderful use for a pendulum, actually. It really is. And there you go. You had one all along. So you're kind of psyched up and ready to do this, Beverly. And Beverly messaged me as well, talking about, you know, can I feel the energies rising? And yes, I certainly can. I'm slightly cautious about it because I think things might get a bit stormy before they get really good, you know, but not in such a bad way as everyone's talking about. As I think many of you know, I'm something of a prepper because I do believe there's going to be some kind of collapse going on. Probably not forever, you know, and I don't like have a great underground bunker filled with like 30 years of supplies or anything like that. But I keep my food cupboards full, and I keep my diesel tank in the car topped up. Because I think we're going to kind of, you know, it's a painful sort of metamorphosis that the human race is going through at the moment. But yeah, the energy is definitely up and good things are happening. And this brings me to Cat Mama, because good things happened for me on Wednesday. Unfortunately, my dear friend Sammy wasn't able to join us. She's like booked up solid with a lot of work to do. And so she had to do that, really. But I was joined by Cassandra Chance. She came up in the car with me, and we went up to Barmouth in North Wales. And it was a fantastic service, though I say it myself. I just loved doing it. I thought I'm going to be so rusty because I haven't done a church service like that, connecting people with their loved ones in spirit since Valentine's Day 2020. So it's like something like 19 and a bit months, something like that. So a long time, and I thought I'd be rusty, but it's that old thing. It was just like putting a cloth over a crystal ball, and the energy was there. And what was brilliant was the energy of the people in the room was very, very strong as well. There were about 30 of them there, and real good blast, you know, real good blast. Something like 5-6 hours on the road, but it was so worth it. It was absolutely great. And Trinity, whose church it is, I don't know if you watch these, Trinity. Some people watch them through Facebook. If you're watching, Trinity, thanks so much. It was an absolute blast, and I loved it. But yes, I've also been talking to Sammy, and I very much hope she's going to join me, and we'll go into a split double screen thing, and we will do some work together on one of these live sessions, possibly as soon as Wednesday, actually. But we are working on that, and you're going to love Sammy when you meet her, really. Her YouTube handle is Sammy Kelly IPHM, and she had a channel going a couple of years ago. The videos are still there, and she pulls cards. She's very good at it, and she is a fantastic medium as well. So all good. And Cat Mama, so glad to hear that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Right. Okay. First question I've seen is Teresa G. Will I get some money I have coming soon? Thanks, Andy. Well, right, the answer's in the question. You have it coming soon. Okay. You've sort of been your own psychic there. And I'm going to say a big fat yes to that. All right. Because sometimes we're drawn to cards. Sometimes we're drawn to things in the room. Sometimes we're drawn to words. One of the reasons I put people's questions up on the screen is it works with spirit guides as well, you know, even ancient souls who never spoke anything like English, or maybe spoke Middle English or Early English. Somehow they can tell what it's all about. They can see what's on the screen there, and they can take notice of it. But let's do you a card as well. Okay. Yeah. Well, what we've got here is number 19 in the Major Arcana. Now look at that. That grey curtain has really helped with the light, and the camera is actually focusing as well, better than it ever has. I'm delighted with that. And so, yeah, a great card for you, Teresa. The Sun. This is basically good news, you know, and good things are going to be happening. The story in this card is Alice is there wearing a crown, sitting between the two queens, and it's because as young as she is actually ready to start being a queen. So as an answer to a question, will I get some money? It's looking pretty good. It's looking like the sun is shining on that, Teresa. And like I say, yeah, the answer's in the question. Will I get some money I have coming soon? There you go. Thanks, Andy, she says. And thank you, Teresa, for your question and for bringing your energy here among us on this session. It's early evening in the States and Canada, I know, but it's a bit after 11 p.m. here. All good, just saying. Sometimes I say it's a good night when I know it's really a good afternoon with you guys, but we're having a good one here. Christopher Gray, maybe not having such a good one, Christopher. Thanks for your question. My friend Calvin sadly passed away. I was wondering if he had anything to say. His nickname was Carlo. Okay. Guys, I'm going to ask you something, right? It's not your fault, Christopher, or it's nobody's fault who does this, because, you know, it's kind of quite an English way of doing it. But try not to tell me too much about the person, okay? Because I might have got Callow in my head. And if I hadn't even known he was called Calvin, that would have been a really good symbol for you. But let me tune into that. Let's see what comes. Christopher, I feel that he was kind of associated with the sea. I seem to be seeing like not exactly big ships, more like small boats going on, and sort of big ships in the background. I feel like he was a coastal worker, something like that. And excuse me, he's sorry about something, okay? It feels like you guys were, I don't feel this was a falling out, but I feel like the energy was getting a bit tense between you guys, and it never had the chance to sort itself out for everyone to actually be able to get on with each other and be all friends again. And he's directing me back to something I said a minute ago about someone else. We do all meet up on the other side, so we do get the chance to sort all these things out. He's talking about burying the hatchet, right? And that's one of those expressions that we use all the time, isn't it? But I think there's something significant about a hatchet and burying a hatchet. I feel he was quite a cheerful soul. You know, I feel people could get a bit annoyed with him sometimes for not taking life as seriously as they thought he should take it. But Chris is saying yes, great. So we've got something going on here, great. Well, you know, Christopher, he won't be far. He really won't be far from you. The people we have friendships with stay very close. You can't choose your family, but you can choose your friends. And so, you know, friends are a real good eternal energy. It's a link that we have throughout various incarnations. We mean different things to each other in different lives. But you two are kind of on a soul level, there's a kind of blood brother thing with you. So whatever didn't get sorted out, it's all cool. It's all good, you know. And he's kind of sorry. He's a bit sorry for whatever, something that just didn't sit well between you guys. But, you know, just see straight through it. That's what I want to say to you. Just look through it, see through it. Don't worry about it, because the friendships we have, just like any form of love, and it is a form of love, that it's an eternal energy, you know. There doesn't need to be any food. There doesn't need to be any money. Bills don't have to be paid for a friendship to exist. You know what I mean? So when the body dies, the love is a non-physical thing. It goes on and on into the future. So I'm sorry for your loss, Christopher. I hope that's helped, my friend. He won't be far from you ever. I'm really sure of that, okay? Because that is very much how it works. Hello, Hope. Welcome, Hope. Nice to have you with us. Love that name. So Lisa very kindly says, hey, friends, you can support Andy's spirit work by donating at coffee.com/twig and paypal.me/twigbrother. Please do if you can, friends. Don't worry if money is tight. You know, I'm not trying to make anyone feel they should give money. That's not how this works at all. The main reason I do this is because I'm lucky to make good money on readings, and I want to make sure people can actually get free readings, so that it's not just people who've got money. But if you'd like to help me out in my work, that would be massively appreciated. I've got water in my can, so it's not actually root beer this time. But a guy must rehydrate sometimes. Okay, let's go to Hope now. Where is Hope? Here we are. Where is Hope? That's a good question to be asking, isn't it? Hope springs eternal. That's a fact. But let's come to Hope, the person. When will I see improvement in health? Thank you. Right, well, spirit guides are notoriously cagey about time, you know, because they live in a kind of parallel universe where there is no time. So I'm going to try and tune in and pick something up. See, something needs to happen, Hope. Okay, I'm feeling at the moment that somewhere in the medical system that there's some kind of misinformation, and it's nobody's fault. It's medical people trying to work out exactly what it is that needs to be fixed and getting it slightly wrong. I feel there may even be a problem with medication, Hope. I don't know if you're taking any medication for this, but there's something's been misunderstood, and it will be understood. But that's the thing, you know, that's what's got to happen first before it really takes an upturn with you. I'm going to go into my tarot deck now, and I'm going to pull a card for you, Hope, and see what we get. Okay, right. 5 of Pentacles. Now, the 5s are always a bit of a crazy thing because it's like the energy is like halfway to not getting anywhere. It feels like halfway to nowhere, but it is actually halfway to somewhere, to things improving. The Pentacles really are about abundance. They're about things coming together, and this is what really needs to happen. The information needs to come together to actually make things work for you, Hope, and it will happen. Okay, in this card, and this is the Tarot in Wonderland deck. It's all about Alice in Wonderland. Here is Alice being pulled away from the door, behind which there's beautiful, warm, glowing light, and feels like she'll never get in there. But look what it says over the door. It says Queen Alice. So she does actually belong there, but she's still a little girl, so she's not allowed in yet. And so I pulled that card on that question about your health, Hope. And so for sure, you will actually get to that place of comfort, that place of feeling, you know, not just a bit healthy, but abundance of health. You'll reach a point where it's not a worry, it's not a concern anymore. You know, that's coming your way. And also with the Pentacles card, it is very earthy energy. Okay, so grounding is a real good thing, Hope. If you sort of visualize roots coming out of your feet and holding you tight onto the earth, that's going to big up your confidence, and it's going to be a part of your body healing itself. All right. And that can be a big ask. I feel that would be a big ask in your case, but the body does have the ability to heal itself. There's very little in this world that the body can't overcome by itself. If you really believe that that's how it's going to happen, Hope. But, you know, there's another answer that I saw in an answer you just posted a minute ago where you put Hope is here. And that's great, you know, because I want to pick up on that and say hope does live in your own heart. It's a good name to have. It's a name that suits you. So keep on hoping, you know, keep on hoping, but actually believe it's going to happen, you know, because sometimes we hope for things and it still feels hopeless, but no, believe it's going to happen, you know, because things are going to come good. They really are going to come back. Okay. So yeah, Hope, good luck to you. I'm sure we'll all send you some healing here as well. We have a very supportive group of friends on the Twig Brother channel, the people of the Twig, as I like to think of you guys, all very supportive. There's lots of healers in the chat. There's mediums in the chat. We're all kind of sending out good vibes to you, Hope. So be open to the positivity, right? And hope will spring eternal. It really will. Okay. Right. Summers is deep in thought. That's okay. Well, you're not the world's worst mod, Sam. You're really good. People like you here. You do great work as well. You know, you really do. And I'm not surprised you're deep in thought, you know, after what we've been talking about. Kind of important, you know, kind of important. Very important, really. While I'm just thinking about Sam, let me mention something, guys. You probably noticed that in some of the comment sections under my videos, we get these nasty little things and it's spam, and you get like some blue letters strung together, which is a link you can click. Don't click it. Whatever you do not click it. And usually like 1 word, 2 words, not much, basically. And they're spammers. And I tried to get them removed, right? But when I tried to block them, I type their name into YouTube, or I click on their image or something to try and get to their YouTube ID, and they don't exist. And looking into this, there are spam bots, and they're getting cleverer and cleverer. It's artificial intelligence. They're not actually YouTube subscribers, so you can't get rid of them by removing the subscribers. YouTube removes lots of my subscribers because of this kind of thing, actually, but they're not real people. They're really not. And you'll have seen that happening on other people's videos. So YouTube is absolutely rife with it. And this is why you see them on a small channel like mine, because they're not looking for the big money. They're not looking for, they're not optimizing what they do, basically, because they're not real people. It's just a crazy program. It really is. We can report them as spam. Yes, we can. Right. I tell you what, maybe that's the thing to do, but I prefer to just remove them, right? Because my subscriber base was growing and growing and growing, and now it isn't. Many people hit the subscribe button, maybe 20, maybe 30 in a week, and it takes months for me to go up by 3 or 4, sometimes. I've been up to 2070 and then back down to 2060 again. I think I'm on 2068 now, but in a couple of days YouTube will have a cull and I'll be lucky to still have 2060 by then. It's really difficult, so you've got to kind of follow your heart on that one, really. But I prefer to just remove them, because if you report them to YouTube, all YouTube are going to do is find that they're not real people and take a couple of subscribers away from me anyway. So that's kind of why I don't do that. Linda is right. I do not click anything. Safest way, actually, very much the safest way, and I totally agree. And yeah, cool. That's the way to go. Sandy G is with us. Hi, Sandy. And everyone in the room says, Sandy, great to have you with us. Now, guys, Sandy has a YouTube channel, right? And she does cooking, and it's great cooking. I watched some of the videos. Now, I know a lot of you guys can cook already. So can I. But, Sandy's got her own way of doing it. It's really interesting. And Sammy is an expert in Belizean cooking, which is a beautiful place, a nation in the Caribbean basin, the heart of the Caribbean basin. I used to listen to Radio Belize because I lived there for a while. And they'd always say, the voice of the newly independent nation at the heart of the Caribbean basin. So that is where Sandy's at. Click on her icon, find her channel and watch it. It is good. It is really good. There was a really simple one of yours that I watched, Sandy. It was just like some basic bread, very basic bread, but so well done, and I tried it and it works. It really does. So, yeah, if you, well, Sandy G is her actual ID there, But I don't know, if you want to type anything in the chat, Sandy, please do, and let us know all about your channel. Sam likes cooking because, well, I like eating. I like eating too. I ate a bit before I came on, actually. I had a peanut butter and sugar sandwich before I came on. Give me some energy to buzz with. That's why I'm always a psycho when I'm on here as well as a psychic, because I've just had a peanut and butter sugar sandwich. Peanut butter and sugar sandwich. There you go. Ariel is going to check you out, Sandy. I'm sure lots of us are going to check you out now. Hello, Patricia. So good to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Cat Mama has got this problem going down as well. My Facebook page for my books was over 6,000, and then poof, it was down around 5,000. Yeah, I mean, I really don't get it either, Cat Mama, but this is the nature of the internet, I'm afraid. Remember, I went sometimes to go on a website, and it was an important website of whatever kind. You would have to complete a captcha to prove that you're not a robot, and it would just be like a word all twisted up that a human eye could recognize, but a robot couldn't. Nowadays, you have to pick out tiny little details in really bad pictures. It's like click every picture with a bicycle in it. Something like that, and you can hardly see the bicycle, and you've got to do it 3 or 4 times sometimes to get through. And this is because the spam bots, the artificial intelligence, can now read twisty words. So it's on the change all the time. It's a damn shame, but it's a metaphor for what's happening in the world, actually. Things are going faster, things are getting heavier, and thank God that we've got some spirituality going on, because that will always get you through, guys. That anything spiritual going on in your life is always going to give you some upliftment, lift you above these things. That's so important to remember. maybe 10, 15 years ago, a lot of people still thought the internet was a short-term thing and it would crash and disappear. I was watching some TV recorded back in the day, and people really weren't sure the internet was ever really going to be a thing, even though it was a thing. They didn't think it'd be a thing for much longer. And here we are, and it looks like it will never go, it will never die. And I'm sure the internet will never go, actually. But life is changed. Things are changing all the time. And even within YouTube, which gives us so much, and you know, I can't praise YouTube enough, actually, because of the people it lets me reach and the amazing things that happen through YouTube. But I have absolutely no doubt they've got all our videos, you know, and I'm sure, convinced, I've seen this in my psychic senses, that one day they're going to create holograms that come on and do readings, or for anything, car repairs, cooking, whatever, anything you can watch on YouTube. There are going to be holographic presenters who are like a sort of what's like a composite CGI image made up of all the most popular faces for a given subject, and they're going to be kind of drawing answers to questions and stuff out of the depths of, you know, old algorithm stuff that they've got on file. So one day it's all going to change, but right now we're in a good place. Sammers believes that too. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, but as Aspie says, this is the good part of it. You can learn anything on YouTube. You've done numerous repairs to home and auto. Yeah, I have too, actually. I have too. There are tutorials here for absolutely everything. And even when it's all done by artificial holograms, that knowledge base is still going to be there. And this is why it's important to me that well, it's yet another reason why it's important to me that I do my best as a psychic, as a medium, when I'm on YouTube, because some small fragment of what I'm doing now is going to end up being a part of that whole picture once the holograms take over. And so there'll be better holograms with a bit of me in them, I reckon. Oh, no, I'm certainly not. I'm visualizing myself as one day, maybe in like 20 years' time, as not being on YouTube anymore. But in 20 years' time, my friends, I will be 77. And I may not be up to the cut and thrust of YouTube, you know. But it's going to take the spam bots a long time to start actually making videos. It's just they've got all the information they need building up all the time, you know. So we just got to take it on the chin when we get spammers and stuff, because we've got good energy here, you know. And at the same time, we do actually live in this world, and we do have to deal with the stuff that goes on. One day I'll be a spirit guide, then I'll be free. And many of you guys will as well, I'm absolutely sure. Right, okay. Yeah, Sam, I agree. I think that too. I think they will find the technology to communicate to the other side. Because with all I know many mediums, you know, of all different ages. I know very young mediums. I know mediums in their 80s and 90s who've retired, who I was lucky enough to learn from myself. And it's absolutely real, you know. The only reason that a lot of people think it's a scam or just craziness is because science can't prove it. But look at all the stuff science can't prove. Why is the world here? You know, if there wasn't some creator or some energy that we don't know about yet. Scientists do not know. Why would there even be such a concept as nothing? You know, why? I don't know, but we're here. There's a universe, and the scientists do not know why. I'm sure, actually, yeah, I think one day they will find the scientific explanation for mediumship, for spirit communication, and then I think we will see some fixing. But they won't need mediums as much then, so, you know, I can wait. Right. As Beverly very kindly points out, guys, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It helps no end, it really does. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, guys. It's always great to see the numbers going up. Very uplifting for me. If you'd like a private reading, my email address is scrolling across the bottom. No, it's going that way, isn't it? Scrolling across the bottom of your screen constantly throughout the video. PayPal, no, it's not. That's not my email, is it? That is 35and83@gmail.com. We can go face to face on like Zoom or Skype or Messenger, whatever you like. I can do you a voicemail reading through Messenger. I can do you a natal birth chart and get into all the astrology and go down that rabbit hole if you like. All kinds of things are possible. So if you'd like a private reading, do get in touch, 35and83@gmail.com. And your support is always so welcome through coffee.com/twig and paypal.me/twig brother, if you would be so kind. That too is very uplifting, and it helps me do things like buy studio curtains and stuff. And I'm loving the sound, actually. I think we've got a much better sound just by having these curtains behind me instead of the wall. And as Sam says, try explaining to a medieval person about the telephone. Now, Sam, you're probably a fair bit younger than me, but when I was a little lad in the 60s, we had a show on British TV called Catweasel with John Pertwee, who was a Doctor Who back in the day as well. And Catweasel, it was like someone from the medieval times who was miraculously alive in the 1960s, or maybe the 70s, actually. And he just didn't understand anything. And when people had a phone call, he would say they were on the telling bone, because it was a bone that told them things. Yeah. Right. Great reminiscences there. Great reminiscences. Right. Okay. Now then, maybe I have missed some questions going on here, actually. I probably have. So I'm just going to go on a quick scrolling thing. Looking for things. If anyone wants to ask a question, please go ahead. I can use the pendulum. I can do all kinds of stuff. Or at least I like to think I can. Right. Okay. Sharon Stipe is here, or was here. Thank you, Sharon. Thanks all the moderators, actually. You guys do a fantastic job. You really do. Okay. Sharon's got family up. There we go. Okay, guys. I just know I've missed some questions, but I can't find them. Oh, hi, Glitterbee. Thanks for coming on in. Right, okay. Oh, now I'm seeing requests. Okay, Beverly Spencer first. A card, please, for me for the weekend. And then we're on Sandy G next. Okay, well, let's do Beverly a card for the weekend. And let's make that an oracle card as well. By the way, guys, thanks for everyone who joined me on the show last night. Myself and Ali. That was a fun show, and it was great to have you guys there. It really was. Real fun collab. And I was using this Kyle Gray deck lots, so I'm giving it an extra good shuffle now as we ask for a card for Beverly, please, for the weekend. Paul the Venetian, Experiencing Grace. Here we go. With our newly amazing focusing camera. Wow, you can actually read it. Paul the Venetian, Experiencing Grace. And it says, share your gifts with grace. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. Right, and this plays into exactly what you were saying, Beverly, about the energies being up at the moment. Yeah, because they really are, even though I was being kind of cautious about that, those energies really are powerful, and they are on the way up at the moment. So there you go. That is your card for the weekend. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So share your gifts with grace. Cast your bread upon the waters, as the Bible says, and it will come back. It will come back to you 1,000-fold or something like that. Hiccups are in, so I'm getting it right for sure. Sandy G. Let's do a message for Sandy. Here we go. Right. September message for Sandy. Right. We'll stick with the Kyle Gray Keepers of the Light deck. have a field day while it focuses. Look, you can actually see the writing. This is a curtain, you know, it's not a new camera or anything. This is just a grey curtain, and suddenly you can see the writing. I'm over the moon with that. Right, Sandy, can you please give me a September message? Okay, wow, September already. Sanat Kumara for you, Sandy. Someone else who begins with an S and an A. Light activation. Shine your light, says Sanat Kumara. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. Excuse my filthy fingernails, guys. It's firelighting season here in UK. The autumn is really taking hold. As the leaves fall, I got to light the fire. So he's a very light character, isn't he? He's like dazzling, and he's sort of holding up a light bulb on a stick. So this is about really going for it, okay? And I think this relates to your YouTube channel, Sandy, but actually more than that, I think it sort of relates throughout your whole life. I think it's that important. Shine that light of yours, okay? Don't hide away from whatever positive invitations you might get to take part in things and do things. Push that channel as hard as you can. It's got masses of potential. It really, really has. I love doing psychic work. This is what I do. And I'm very happy to be doing this on YouTube, but it takes a long, long time to build up a lot of viewers. Cooking, lots of people want to know, Sandy, so keep on going for it, okay? Keep on pushing your work out there on YouTube and just shining your light in the world as well, because you're a cheerful soul, you know, and I know things have been tough for you at times, Sandy, but you're a cheerful soul, you know, and that's a gift. So shine that light for other people, my friend. Thanks so much for that question. Great. And, you know, good luck with it all, Sandy. Oh, I saw another question down there somewhere. Welcome, Daisy D, by the way. Here we go. Glitterbee. Right, do you see my marriage getting better or end? Gonna do the pendulum on that one, Glitterbee. I think that's the best way to go. And then we'll do a card and kind of see if we get some more information about what the pendulum has to say. Right now, I picked up one pendulum and it caught the string of the other pendulum and flung it across the keyboard. But hey, at least I've got one. Still got one pendulum here. Do we see Glitterbee's marriage getting better? Please, we'll do that part of the question first. Will it get better? That's a yes, and it didn't take any time at all to start giving a positive yes. So yeah, we see your marriage getting better. I guess that means it's not going to end, but might as well check. You asked the question, so we will try to answer it. Will it end? No, again, instantly it's going back and forth, which is a no. Back and forth or side to side with my pendulums is a no. Circular motion is yes. That's how my pendulums tick. So it's looking good for you, Glitterbee. I think what's happening for you now is that you're in a time... how can I put it? Marriage is a long, winding road, isn't it? Many twists and turns, and it's not always happy because marriage is our work. Relationships are hard work, and I think you're just in a time of hard work. But let us consult Tarot in Wonderland and see what Tarot in Wonderland has to say about that. Okay. The High Priestess. All right, this is a very, very positive card, but the significance here is it is number 2, is it? Yes, it's number 2 in the Major Arcana, and the Major Arcana, which goes all the way to number 21, the World, is a journey. It's like a microcosm of the journey of life. It relates to the journey we go through in life. So you're in the early stages, Glitterbee. The other positive thing about this card is that Alice is asking if she can be let in behind the curtain, the pink curtain, lovely higher heart chakra color of pink in this curtain, and the answer comes to her that yes, she can be let through that curtain. The High Priestess will let her in. So you're in a good position, Glitterbee. Okay, what you got to do, my friend, is keep working at it. You know, when will it get better? My partner is distant. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know. All I can say is keep on working at it, Glitterbee, because it's looking pretty good. Okay, let's see if we can pull a card for why your partner might be distant. Let's see what we've got here. Yeah, 6 of Cups. Right. Your partner is thinking of something that went wrong in the past and he's concerned that it might go wrong again. If you can find a way to reassure him that just because that happened once before doesn't mean it's ever going to happen again, that energy has passed, convince him of that and you're onto something, okay? I'm not going to say that's all that needs to happen, but that's the key to it. That will let good things start happening again in a big way, I would really hope. But we all wish you luck with that, Glitterbee. We really do. Okay. Do I have a card for Ariel? You bet I do, Ariel. Let's do it. Okay, questions coming in now. I'll get to as many people as I possibly can. We are not done yet, not by a long way. So do we have a card for Ariel? Okay, sure we do. Ooh, right. Change. Okay. Now, this is a lot more positive than it looks. Okay, it is number 13. I should have known that because it is actually the death card. But as you can see, nobody dies in this death card. I'm really glad because they've usually got grim images of skeletons and stuff. And nobody dies because of the death card. That's not what the death card predicts. This is moving forward, Ariel. Okay, you've made great moves forward. And I feel just in the last week, you've made fantastic moves forward. That's one side of what this card means. The other side of it would be Alice has blown the candle out, so you might need to blow the candle out on the past in order to let the future in. But I feel you've actually blown that candle out, Ariel. And candles are amazingly magical things. You can light another 10,000 candles just from one candle and it takes nothing away from the candle. And that's the symbology of this, really. Just because you've moved on from the past does not mean for 1 second that you've kind of left something behind that you shouldn't have left behind, you know? It's like it's moving forward, hanging on to the love from the past, but moving on in a new direction. And life has changed. Life is what it's all about. FN News, hello. Right. 13 shoulders died. I shouldn't laugh, but, you know, it just like, that is such a random thing, you know? I mean, yeah, you see, there's no point asking a psychic about a thing like that, and there's no point in me pulling a card on it because it's in the news. It has actually happened. But, wow, you know, let's send some prayers out for those poor souls who've passed away. That is really terrible the way that happens. I know, typo. I know, my friend. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. But yeah, that's a terrible thing in Afghanistan. But so sadly, it's the way it's going, you know. It's just the way the world is going. And we've got to kind of, we've got to come out the other side of this time, and we will, you know. The tragedies will work themselves out somehow, you know, but all things pass. And for future generations, all of this trouble we're going through now will be a thing of the past. It's a much better world going forward. We keep on learning, and sooner or later we'll learn enough to kick the politicians out and just be happy and enjoy our lives without, you know, the World Bank screwing around with us. April asks, please may I ask, will I get into energy healing or helping people in other ways? Right. Well, energy healing is so you, April. It really is so you. Doesn't mean you can't be helping people in other ways, right? Because you do have a very strong psychic sense. So I've turned over a card thinking about that, April. And what we've got is the 9 of Pentacles here, right? And this is great. This is almost as good as the 10 of Pentacles because, like, you've made it when you get the 9 of Pentacles. And great abundance here. So, you know, don't just focus on having to have one skill. I think energy healing is the way to kind of head for you at the moment. And I think that's going to lead you in to all the other things that go on in the spiritual realms, April. But don't feel you've got to limit yourself to any one thing, okay? Ariel asks, we all want to know about the guitar. Do you still make music? Let's put a quick flash of the guitar on the screen. There it is. And look, there's my other guitar and my tripod and my studio lights. I don't really still make music because I'm not terribly good at it. I mean, I do. I play music at home for my own pleasure. But I had a stroke and I'm so ham-fisted I've got a piano. I play the piano. Sometimes I record it, and it's just not a nice sound. You know, I hit the keys too hard because I don't know how hard I'm hitting them, basically, and I can't control it. So no, I don't do it in public, Ariel. But yeah, I still make music. I think when you've got music in your heart, you sort of always will have. You know. Let's go on to Sue. My sister Peg is having issues with her daughter, and she really doesn't know what her daughter's problem is. What do you say? Peg is her name, and her daughter's name is Erin. Erin really needs some grounding, really, you know, and I don't mean grounded as in not allowed out of the house for the next 10 weeks or whatever. It's like earthiness, you know, spending time with nature maybe, but just things need to really come down to earth for Erin. And for that to happen, things need to come down to earth for Peg too. That's really where it's all at, actually. I turned over a card, and what I've got is the lovers, so everything is still sweet between them. You know, not a problem there. And this would be Gemini energy. This card is associated with the sign of Gemini, which is air signs. And that relates again to the suit of swords, actually, on another level. So there's a lot of thinking going on. That's what the swords thing tells me. And that thinking is leaving things up in the air too much. So things really need to come down to earth. Hope that helps you. Short and sweet, but that is a real kind of short one there, basically, because it's that simple. I'm pretty sure of it. Hi, Bumblebee. Thanks for being a new sub, my friend. Great to have you with us. Stick around. Lisa says, welcome, Bumblebee. I'm sure we all do. So does Vivian. All this is good. Right. Cat Mama. Actually, just before I'm coming to you, Cat Mama, actually, let's put you on the screen. But Stephen says, I was given a guitar 40 years ago, recently strummed a few notes. Good man. Excellent. Excellent. You know, there's a sort of time for these things, you know. Music is a very cosmic, spiritual kind of thing. And there are times when your energy will just draw you towards it. It sounds like that's what's been happening. So that sounds pretty good. Do you have any ice cream? She's not asking me that. She's asking Stephen. But I would love some ice cream right now, actually. I shouldn't, because it's nearly midnight and I'll just like have a really bad stomach because my body won't be ready for the ice cream. And it's okay. I live miles from anywhere and I have no ice cream, but I might just get some tomorrow. Cat Mama Meow. Card, please. Yes, here we go. And it is the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands is a man of mystery. Right, and I'm not saying this is about a man in your life necessarily, Cat Mama. This is up to you, you know. But it's a masculine energy. It's an energy of getting things done. That's what the wands are all about. It's a kingly energy, and I feel there's some very strong guidance going to come in around you in a fairly short time. I think this is actually something that's going to come in pretty soon. I can't remember the last card I did for you, Cat Mama, but I'm hiccuping, so I must be right. But yeah, I remember saying something was going to change for you soon, and it would be in a way that you really didn't expect. It's coming in. It really is coming in. This guy is balancing an eel on his nose for everyone to see, but he doesn't tell you how he balances the eel on his nose. He just does it for entertainment's sake. So you might have to sort of weed some answers out of this guy when he turns up, Cat Mama. Not saying it's a love thing or anything like that, you know. Men and women help each other. Happens all the time. That was great, actually, when we went up to North Wales on Wednesday. Cassandra Chance was with me, and it's just good to have a friend there, you know, really. And that's the kind of male energy I'm talking about, Cat Mama. But basically, help is at hand, so things are going to change soon. Things are going to get easier as well. And you are right to put all those unicorns there, because that's how much magic is going on for you at the moment. Okay. Vivian asks, may I have a card, please? You certainly may. Let's just change the decks. Let's just get some different energy going here. Wonder how these ones are going to focus. Oh, that's focusing better than it has for ages. Blame the grey curtains. I never thought grey curtains were a really good background, but I can see why people have them now. It's dampened the sound. It's taken the echo out of my voice. And it's just, you know, it's got the images showing clearly, and seems much better. Okay. So Vivian, trust the niggle. This is what it says. Is it going to focus on the writing? Not that much. Oh, yes, it is. What is the niggling feeling trying to tell you? Can you see that? Trust the niggle. Don't ignore it, Vivian. Something that's kind of nagging at your consciousness at the moment is doing it for a reason. Whatever you do, don't ignore it. Try to act on it. If you're not sure where it's at, ask for some guidance to come in your dreams, Vivian, and that way guidance will come. Elizabeth Hayes asks for a card for the week. Let's do one of those. Same deck, I think. Same situation, same deck. Is it the same situation, though? We will find out. Okay. Spilling cards everywhere here. Okay. Got it. They do stick together, these things. Play, Elizabeth. Have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. Now, this isn't just because you need to kind of have a break, although I'm sure that would be a good thing because it's what the card really indicates. But it's also have a break from trying to drive yourself forward, okay? Because I know you want change to come in. I can feel that, you know, that you really want things to change around you and for positive things to happen and just for life to keep on moving, the story of life to keep on moving with you. But you're doing all the right things, so don't worry about it. Take a break from that concern and just take a break from life generally. Have some fun. We've got this nice cocktail and a glass of wine here and someone relaxing. Time for you to do that, Elizabeth. Time to take a break, my friend. So that is, you know, and I did ask for that to be for the week ahead. So that is what it's all about. Okay. Adrienne is back. Great. Sam's in her own world at the moment, barely functioning. I know what you mean, Sam. I know what you mean. I will be barely functioning pretty soon. Bumblebee, I've stopped to my ex-wife. We both in other relationships. Does he miss and think of me, please? Oh, right. I've stopped to my ex. We both in other relationships. Does he miss and think of me, please? Okay, let's ask the pendulum that question for Bumblebee. Circle for yes, back and forth for no. It's a yes. Yes, he does miss you and he does think of you. Sometimes people move on and then regret it. I think there's some of that going on there, Bumblebee. And quite honestly, for you to have asked that question, my friend, there's something like that going on with you too. Let's do a card. Let's do a tarot card about that and see if we can find out a little bit more about it. Okay. 3 of Swords. Oh, right. Okay. That tends to be pretty conclusively to mean the thing is over, actually. But if I bring it in close, I really don't know if it's going to focus. Oh, yeah, it's just about focusing enough. It is raining in this scene. There are raindrops you can see on the card if you look at it in real life. And the rain is going to wash the cake away. Okay, so whatever situation caused that 3 of Swords, caused that almost bereavement of breakup going on and all those sorry feelings, that's what the heart cake represents. It's going to wash away and leave you standing strong. So something will happen, okay? Something will happen, but pray for what you want, Bumblebee. Visualize it happening and believe that it can happen, my friend, because it can, and I'm sure it will. Flowing would like a card, and we will do a card for Flowing, most certainly. Okay, and Stephen says he stopped looking for Mum's earring. Means you'll find it quickly. Totally agree. Totally agree. Okay. Right. Flowing, and you may get a card. Let's do it. Trust your path. This is the card for you, Flowing. Trust your path. Will the camera focus? We shall see. Maybe. Anyway, it says, trust your path. And I'm going to read it out. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So lots of possibilities there for you, Flowing. And I feel you're quite an active person. I think you're putting quite a lot of energy into your life. Don't stop, okay, because you can do more and more, and you will actually get stronger. It's one of those things where the more you do, the more you can do. It's a long journey that we see indicated in this card. Across the sands, and there's sands, there's water, there's a path, there's different stuff going on in the sky. And can you see there's this temple thing in the corner with steps going up to it? So it's a long journey to those steps. And all the effort you put into life flowing and into the flow of your life, which is strong with you, I know. All that effort you put in is getting you somewhere. Don't stop, because you're right on the edge of new things happening, of upliftment, going up the steps and getting into that temple, which really represents your own light, because this is the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. And so you'll be more and more in tune with your own light. And the more you can offer the world, the more the world will offer to you too, because what goes around comes around. Hope that's helping you there, flowing. I really hope that's helping you there. Okay. Holly to Shane. Yeah. Okay. Different deck this time. Okay. Hi, it's Doreen. It's going to Doreen Virtue's Ascended Masters deck. I was thinking about her the other day. There's a big scandal with a woman called Elizabeth something, forget her last name, but she had this company called, I think it's called Theramos, and she reckoned she could diagnose things by computer from a tiny sample of blood, and she's really screwed. She was a total con artist, and some of the evidence for that, and there's many videos on YouTube about her, show that she used to have a really high-pitched voice, and she started trying to talk in a deep voice to try and sound more masculine and try and kind of get more business that way, all part of conning people. I don't think Doreen Virtue was a total con, but she did have a very, very deep voice. Right, okay. Card for you, Holly. Lou, or Luge. Maybe it's Lurch out of the Addams Family, who knows, but it's this guy. He looks happier than Lurch, and the message is persistence. Okay, keep going. This guy's hair is shining like the sun, so there's sunshine coming down on your efforts. You know, the gods are looking favorably upon you, in other words. And persistence, Holly, just keep going. Feels like you've put a lot of effort out there. Feels like you might be concerned that kind of it's just, you know, exhausting and you can't take anymore. But you know in your heart of hearts, Holly, you can't just cut it off. You can't just walk away from it and let it stop happening. So keep on going, okay? Keep on going. Persist, and the sun will keep shining on you. And that way, the energies will come together and you'll be able to really reach your goals, you know? Hydrate, says Lisa. So I did. Okay. Stephen, I will come to you, my friend, but I'm just trying to sort of keep on top of stuff at the moment, and I haven't got to D-Gal yet. I hadn't welcomed D-Gal to the show. Welcome. Nice to have you with us. Can you pull a card to see if there is a romantic future between me and my longtime friend? Let's stick with Doreen on this one and see what we get. And we'll cut the deck. Well, got to tell it like it is. Let it go. And it's Kuan Yin. Okay. Now, this doesn't have to mean that there is no romantic future, but it does mean let go of being concerned about it. Just put it out of your mind, because if it does happen, it's a long time away yet, and there is no point concerning yourself with it. But by letting it go, you can get busy with the thoughts that need to be occupying your mind at the moment. They will just flood in when you let this go and stop worrying about it. And actually, that way, you have a much better chance of a romantic future. You really do. Okay. Short and sweet, but we're sort of moving slowly towards the closing part of the show at this point. Okay. Right. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, Andy's Astro Truth channel makes astrology hot points fun. I really do try to do that. And there is a video not featuring the grey curtains because Amazon hadn't delivered the grey curtains this morning when I made the Friday reading, which is on this channel, and the weekend astrology, which is on my other channel. Number 4, Astro Truth, all one word, ASTROTRUTH. I should put a link up to it. But there you go. I haven't sorted it out. But yeah, 4 Astro Truth. Check it out and find out what's going on for you in astrology and for all of us in astrology. Okay. Stephen asks, anything new the next several days? More of the same. Okay. Peace offering, white buffalo calf woman. All right. And this plays into what you said there about more of the same. Okay. What, you know, for more of the same good things to keep happening, there needs to be a peace offering. And there is one in the offing here. White buffalo calf woman is a very, very strong person, very powerful energy as well. And there she is riding sideways on her white buffalo calf. Okay, just tons of light coming in with that card. So look out for that peace offering. Okay, Steve, I don't feel it's you that's got to make the peace offering. I feel someone's going to make a peace offering to you, and it's going to make life easier because you're going to be able to do more for that person and get further, you know. That's really important. Holly, go answer this one because it applies to absolutely everyone. I was wondering if my gifts were worth continuing to work with. Hell yeah. Keep working with those gifts, Holly. Keep working with those gifts. You only get gifts if they're worth working with, my friend. And you do have them. You really do have them. Okay. Ariel mentions Kuan Yin is compassion and love. That came up actually, didn't it? Yeah, in a card just moments ago. The show is moving so fast, I can't remember who's doing what. Anyway, guys, just doing a quick scroll. To be honest, I'm not totally sure I've answered everyone's questions. And if I haven't answered your questions on this one, I'm so sorry. But the energy just kind of reaches a point and drops with me. And I am going to bring the show to a close at this point, my friends. I am going to do one more card, and it's for absolutely everyone who is here in the chat, and for you guys who are watching the uploaded version, which is available as soon as this video ends. The upload is there, so you can watch it again if you like, or you can watch it in the first place if you haven't watched it yet. The live chat, right? Something's changed. The live chat used to take 12 hours to appear. When I got back on Wednesday, I had a look at the video we did, I put up on Wednesday when I was away, the not live one, and the live chat was there already. So maybe you can even watch the live chat as soon as it's finished now. I don't know, maybe I've earned my YouTube badge and that's allowed to happen now. Thanks so much for being with me on that not live video on Wednesday. Actually, I could feel the energy in the church. I got sort of uplifted about 9 p.m. UK time, which was when it started. So I know you guys are with me in mind and spirit, if not in the fact that I wasn't sitting here. So appreciate that, really do. Here's a card for everyone. Faith, humanity, and benevolence. Faith is Archangel Michael's twin flame, and she says, stay calm. Trust the good in yourself and others. See the light in the world. And that is in keeping with quite a lot of the readings we've done on this show tonight, actually. So that's a good one. But hang on to that idea, guys. Okay. Am I live or am I Memorex? Asks Steve. I never really know. You know, I mean, wow. You just never know, do you? I mean, maybe this is a parallel universe. Do you remember the Large Hadron Collider scandal and arguments that were going on for the thing at CERN in somewhere in Switzerland, I think, in CERN or Kern? They've got this strange reactor thing under the earth where they can accelerate particles. It's called the Large Hadron Collider, and they send these particles zooming round. And a lot of people were afraid it was going to create a black hole. And I was on a chat room. It wasn't a psychic chat room. It was on eBay, actually, at the time. And we just all had this joke that we'll wake up tomorrow after they switched it on, and we'll all have our intestines on the outside of our bodies. And of course, it didn't happen. So I put in the chat, well, actually, because of the black hole, we don't remember that yesterday our intestines were on the outside of our bodies. And actually, it's because of the black hole that we're now what we think is the right way around. And wow, yeah, sorry, gone off on one there, and I can't exactly remember what the point of that was. But, you know, parallel universes. Who knows? Maybe I'm not really here. Maybe I am really here. Who knows? But I'm definitely in West Wales, and I'm definitely talking into my computer and looking at you guys on the chat at the moment. And I'm thankful for that. It makes my week 3 times a week when we do these lives. Back here again on Sunday at 3 p.m. Central USA time, 9 p.m. UK time. Looking forward to seeing all you guys again if you can make it. So come along and bring a friend, whatever you do. Hi, Julianne, by the way. Big love to you, Julie. I didn't see you appear in the chat there. I'm very glad you're with us. So, yeah, back here Sunday and then back again on Wednesday. Hopefully, fingers crossed, my dear good friend, Sammy Kelly, IPHM, will be joining us and we'll have a split screen. Then we'll see some fixing because Sammy and I trained as mediums from the same teachers. We did some of the same courses, but they were always the same teachers. Our spirit guides work together. They know each other well, and we work together. We know each other well, and it should be a hell of a good blast if Sammy comes on the show. I really hope she does. But that won't be Sunday. That'll be Wednesday. Join me again Sunday, and we will have some more fun. Julie, I'm just got here. So, hey, well, never mind, Julie. You know, hey, watch the upload, my friend. And in any case, join us on Sunday. People sometimes apologize that they missed the show. Guys, it's YouTube. It's entertainment. Sure, I take it very seriously and I sit here and I work, but it's for you if you're drawn to it. That's always how it works. So if you were doing something else, you know, absolutely coolio, but great to have you with us. Join us again Sunday and we'll do it again. Final thought here. I love this one. I'm not going to try and answer it. It's just a good one to think about. Are there perpendicular universes? There's your psychological homework, guys. See if you can handle that one. Whoa. Thanks for that, Stephen. And thanks all you guys for all the beautiful energy you've put into this one. It's been fun. It really has. So I'm going to say love, light, blessings, peace, 10-10 till we do it again. Bye-bye.